Well, hello, my name is Peter von Hopfgarten, and I'm with GPM Manufacturing and Celtic Hot Tubs. What I'd like to do is take a few minutes to introduce our company to your company to see if we are a compatible fit with your current offering, or potentially if you're a new dealer thinking about expanding your product offering to have a very high-featured value series product, then I think you will enjoy what you're about to see. So the first thing I would like to do is introduce our team to you. Our team is myself and my business partner, Greg Corral. We founded this company during 2020 when the supply chain in the hot tub industry was more broken than I've seen in 30 years. We have, in the last 18 months, been very fortunate to align ourselves with a lot of top retailers around the country, but we also have a long way to go. Where our product really fits in is in that $5,000 to $8,000 category that we used to enjoy prior to COVID that now seems to have drifted way north of $10,000. So we have a very robust and comprehensive product offering that we can offer to you with lots of rich features. So what makes Celtic different? Why would you consider Celtic over another polyethylene platform? And there's really two types of polyethylene hot tub on the market. There's rotomolded hot tubs, which are generally manufactured all out of the one piece, so the exterior and the interior largely look the same. And some have some deco panels to put around the outside, and typically these are going to retail for between $4,000 and $6,000. What makes our platform a little different is we build it like a traditional hot tub, but we, because of our extensive retail experience, have found that there are a lot of things that needed improvement, and we've really taken a lot of time and invested a lot of money in making sure that when we come to market, we've got something that really gives the consumer the benefits. So we have a full lineup of hot tubs. We have a plug and play series ranging from a small personal one-person spa to a round 5-person spa to a 78-inch square. These are all plug and play units that you see on the top row there. And then the middle row is the 4 horsepower series. These are 220 volt applications and run off one single 4 horsepower pump. And down at the bottom, you see our 2-pump offering. Now, just to get an idea, the typical retail range might be $39.95 on the bottom end offering with a Charm or a Luna, all the way up to the Clover, which has a suggested retail price of around $7,900 to $8,500, depending on the dealer. We do not pick your retail pricing. That's entirely up to you. Our job is to deliver to you cost-effective and competitive wholesale prices so that you can make good margin as a retailer selling our hot tub brand. We have 2 colors at the moment: Seashell, which is actually a slightly off-white. It's not quite as loud as a pure white. And then we have Titanium, which has been one of our better-selling colors also. So we also have a product line called the Resort Series. And I'm just going to touch on that briefly, and then we can go into that in more detail with a phone call or a conversation with a sales rep. Our Celtic Resort Series was really designed to be dummied down for the Airbnb rental business. And one thing we know about renters is they don't care. They don't care about your house. They don't care about the things in your house. And I don't mean to stereotype all renters, but we know that you're going to get some extra abuse if you set a hot tub in an Airbnb or in a VOBR or short-term rental. So what we've done is taken all of the things that a consumer can tamper with out of the tub. So control knobs that can be problematic have been removed, so the air is always on. The units are typically set up to be ran on 220, although 2 of the 4 units can be ran on 110. They do not have any of the bells and whistles, because what we have heard from the folks that buy our Resort Series is they want something very simple that's reasonably bulletproof, that they can put in a backyard and just not have to worry whether they're going to get a phone call on Saturday night at 10 o'clock that their hot tub's not working, right? So we've really dummied that product offering down, and consequently it is extremely cost effective. So as we go through the rest of this product line, I'll try to point out the items that are not actually going to be featured in the Resort Series. So the Celtic product line, we believe, is built better from the ground up. We start off with a shell that's made out of high-density polyethylene. This material is extremely strong. It starts off as a sheet that's almost 3 times thicker than acrylic. And then it is thermoformed in a very special rotational oven and vacuum formed much the same way as an acrylic hot tub is. The real benefit to high-density polyethylene is what you see on the surface is what you see all the way through. It is strong, it is durable, it's used to store chemicals, and it's extremely impact resistant. As a matter of fact, you'll see a piece of our frame right here, and you can see that the material we build our hot tub from is very impact resistant, and to both cracking, chipping, fading, and has a very nice texture and feel to it while you're in the water. Best part about it that our sales guys love is there's no fingerprints and a lot less maintenance on the showroom. Okay, the next thing we do is we use a high-density polyethylene floor on the bottom of our hot tub, where most manufacturers use ABS. We shoot over 300 staples into our floor, and I can tell you, as somebody who's been in retail, if you want to bring that over here, Dan. As somebody who's been in retail for a long time, I've bought my share of new decks when the delivery guys put the hot tub on the deck and they slide it across the floor, and then they scratch that brand new Trex deck, right? Staples are hanging out underneath. We use an all stainless steel staple, and it's been calibrated to countersink into our 90 mil polyethylene sheet. And then they are very heavily QC'd to make sure that there are no staples that are protruding out that could cause a problem as you go out to deliver the hot tub. It's not only a more durable, stronger product, but what also happens is you can pick up our hot tub, which you'll see here in a future slide, because of the way we build our frame. So once the bottom is stapled to the bottom, it doesn't just hang there. We have a very substantial frame on the bottom of our hot tub, not just a sheet of plywood with some staples put in it, as you'll see momentarily. So the frame that we use is constructed largely on a round spa out of a 15-ply cross-laminated beam. It is X-braced on both sides of the vertical, top and bottom. So this is a frame that can rotate out in the field. You can roll it in through a gateway or an entrance. And the substructure underneath our housing, our shell and our cabinet, is as strong and durable as any hot tub manufacturer in the business. That we're certain of. One of the things, having sold a lot of different polyethylene products, not only is polyethylene very durable, but if you don't have a durable frame underneath supporting that structure that's going to hold 300, 400 gallons of water, then you're going to compromise the integrity of the product. So all of our frames are made with full 2x4 or 15-ply cross-laminated beams and the X-bracing. So here you can see we use the closed cell dark night insulation, and we use a dark colored insulation because, quite honestly, nobody wants to look under the hot tub and see this yellow kind of attic looking foam insulation. We think this gives a very nice clean appearance when you open up the hot tub, And in addition to that, we are using a 2-pound density closed cell foam. Now, the thing about closed cell foam is it's waterproof, it's structural, and it provides great support for the shell itself. So one of the negatives to polyethylene is that they do move. They have some certain amount of movement, and so unlike acrylic where you back that with fiberglass, with the polyethylene, we use a closed cell foam. Now, other manufacturers use similar foam, but usually we find they're using a 1-pound foam or something that's not really providing a lot of structural integrity. Some even put like styrofoam blocks up underneath them to support them. And we use virgin 2-pound closed cell foam throughout our manufacturing process. It also provides a much better insulated hot tub. We have 2 beautiful premium exteriors. This is one right here. This is a 3-dimensional, full-sized panel that's absolutely beautiful, fully waterproof. And then we also have, right behind me here, a different polyethylene panel. And I'm just going to do this to demonstrate the strength of this panel. There's a lot of hot tubs sold on the market, and most of them nowadays, if you rough handle them, which just happens in the course of delivering a hot tub, this thing is going to be very strong, very durable, and it's going to take a licking, as you saw when I impacted the shell. We believe in kinetic energy. So we have the Celtic Shield insulation on the back of the panel. What this does between the closed cell foam insulation and the exterior cabinet of the shell, this traps the heat from the motor, which is generally around 140, 145 degrees in temperature. It keeps that heat inside the hot tub and allows it to transfer that energy back into the plumbing and back into the vessel itself, using the natural energy that's created with a running pump and putting it back into the hot tub as a heat recovery system. Lastly, because the frame or the panels are removable, every single side of the hot tub can be removed. The benefit to you there as a dealer is that if you should have a problem down the road, maybe the customer didn't winterize or the power went out, and you have to go out there and service the spa on any one corner of it, every panel is fully removable, allowing you 360-degree accessibility. And as you can see by this image, they stack 3 high, and we've seen them stack 4 high. We're in no way concerned about our product being stacked that high, as long as you've got a driver and a forklift operator that can safely do that. Then the product is certainly capable of being stacked that high. So over the years, we've been the recipients of hot tubs in the retail side that were improperly wrapped. Maybe they just had some plastic around it, and maybe it blew off in the wind on the way for delivery, and maybe there wasn't a lot of padding underneath. So we put foam, cardboard, and heat shrink wrapped plastic. We then put a tack strip all the way around the bottom of the hot tub that holds that plastic in place. So if you're driving 80 miles an hour down the highway with a hot tub on your trailer, which you shouldn't be, but if you are, and I realize spa delivery guys are trying to get to where they're going as quickly as they can, you can rest assured the packaging of the hot tub is not going to blow off. So we have logic on our serial number. Now, a lot of times, you try to figure out the encryption of a serial number, and we wanted to have a lot of logic, and we want to explain the logic to the dealer so they understand. So you'll see right here, our logic is very simple. First column is the brand, which is Celtic, obviously. The second is the production year that it was built. The third is the model. The fourth is the rendition. The fifth is the shell color itself, which in this case is TI for titanium. And then the exterior color, which in this case is GY for gray. And then we have the options that would be available, although there's very few options on a Celtic hot tub. And we'll go into that here on these next few slides. And the reason there's not a lot of options is because we've decided to build a tub that clean water and good hydrotherapy should not be optional, right? You shouldn't have to pay for an option to have clean water. You shouldn't have to pay for an option to have good hydrotherapy. So you'll find that where other spa manufacturers have this big long menu of options to get it the way you want it, we've taken 30 years of retail experience, consumer direct experience, listened to what they want, and baked it all into one very well engineered hot tub. Although you are the final judge of that. So there's our serial number logic, and then finally you have the unit number. We have one of the most comprehensive owner's manuals, quite frankly, that we've ever seen. And I'll give kudos to Jerry Lanke for the patience that it took to produce this. And, you know, as I think about owner's manuals over time, we're lucky if we get the power pack manufacturer to have, you know, a little owner's manual with how to turn it on or turn it off. Maybe a little chemical thing inside there showing you how to use it. This owner's manual goes into explicit detail, not only on the power pack operation, but each individual model of the Celtic line has got its own exploded diagram. Every valve, every jet has a name, shows you how to use it, how it functions, how to use the filtration system. So every part of this hot tub is explained. One other thing I'm going to add to this, there is a QR code on the owner's manual on the front face of the hot tub and on the pack. Now, during COVID, we all learned how to read a restaurant menu by taking our camera out of our smartphone, snapping the QR code, and opening up the menu. Well, that is our owner's manual now, readily accessible and available. And even the outside wrapping of the hot tub has a place for the serial number. So your serial number is recorded on the front of the spa, on the packaging of the spa, and on the inside of the spa. So if you're doing inventory and you want to check which serial number belongs to what hot tub, we've made that process very easy. Now I want to talk about the number one problem in the hot tub industry. And I think I can say with 30 years of experience, this one definitely tops them all. And it's really not a problem that can't be solved. It's just a problem that can be avoided. And so we know historically the number one problem is the customer buys the hot tub, they get it delivered, electrician comes out typically behind the spa delivery guy, and he's running the wire to the hot tub while the hose is running in. He hooks it all up and he goes to turn the button on, and he can hear the motor running, so he's done his job, but there's no jets working, right? And most of you that are hot tub professionals probably already know where I'm going with this. We know that we've got an airlock, right? We need to burp the system. So what we've done is we've installed a clear 3/8 tubing to the very top of the pump, and it vertically inclines up to the filter area to its own air relief bleed valve. This ensures that no matter how the delivery guy, the homeowner, or the electrician fills the hot tub, that as the water goes in, it will bleed the system out automatically, and you will have a non-problematic start with Celtic. We do not think that this expense, which was probably less than $7, should have been left off to save money when it's the biggest inconvenience for a dealer. You know, so the customer's excited about their new hot tub, electricians hooked it up, and the first experience they have is it not working, all right? And even if we can get it fixed 15 minutes later, really doesn't matter. That was their first experience. We don't believe that customer should have that first experience. We also don't believe that a hot tub should be built without union valves that allow you to disconnect the water from the hot tub to the equipment so that if you do need to service the hot tub, you do not have to drain it and refill it. So these are installed. Most of the large manufacturers have managed to save $50 and take these out, and their answer to that is, well, you just drain the hot tub and fill it up. It's only 400 gallons of water. It doesn't cost that much money until you consider what it costs to heat the water, chemically treat the water, and so on. So standard feature, you'll find cutoff valves in all of our hot tubs. We have a EVA headrest on our hot tub right here. Again, it's not the most plush and most comfortable headrest that you're going to see in the industry, but it's pretty bulletproof. It brands the product, and it provides a nice soft landing pad for the back of your head when you're laying in the lounge position. Our pool equipment, or spa equipment, I should say, is these are our primary vendors. We have many other vendors, but these are the 5 big ones. Gecko Electronics are the ones that drive all of the Celtic spas. We use LX pumps, which are now an industry standard. Some of the largest hot tub companies in the world use the LX pump. We are a Rising Dragon dealer. So you'll see our jets are our tooling. They're low profile and they're brushed stainless. We love our new jets. They're not only very comfortable to lean up against, but the finish gives a beautiful appearance of a high-end bathroom fixture, so whilst also performing at a very high level. So these turn on and off very easily, and also increase the flow rate by over 30% of a standard jet because of its low profile engineering. We have Balboa Electronics on one model in the Celtic line due to the space that is needed on that. And then we have the Comfa skirting here, which is the polyethylene skirting, and we have the Infinity skirting right here. So when we talk about the Gecko Electronics, one of the things I thought was really cool is that just because you're buying a value series hot tub doesn't mean you shouldn't have all the technology of the big expensive hot tubs. So if you download the app on your phone, you can purchase an InTouch at the dealer cost of $175. And you can literally give your customer a remote phone access to their hot tub. So if they're abroad in Europe on vacation, they want to check on their hot tub, as long as this is connected to the Wi-Fi at the house and you're connected on your phone, you'll be able to not only control but have full visibility of your hot tub. Most of these options in the premium brand hot tubs are going to be retailing for $700 or $800 as an option. This is going to cost a dealer $175. And we also have discounts on that for case lots. The top sides, we have 2 top sides. This is our standard Celtic top side. It's full color, full logic. It's got programmability. And this is our Resort Series. Again, we were asked to produce a Resort Series hot tubs for a few customers, and they wanted us to dummy it down, right? Make it so the consumer who's renting that rental unit cannot reprogram and mess up your electronics. So that's what we did there. Also, the top side is fully illuminated. And there's our InTouch. Now the LX pumps, one thing you'll notice is every Celtic hot tub has a separate pump motor base that is attached into our frame, but then between the metal motor base and the wood motor base, we install a noise reducing rubber mount and anti-vibration buffer. And what this does, it gives us a very, very quiet performing hot tub. So if you do have the hot tub sitting out on the deck, then you're not going to hear the vibration noises. This also makes it very easy for a service technician to gain access to the pump underneath. Everything is secure to the frame, so when you turn the hot tub over on its side, you don't have to worry about equipment moving around. Everything is bolted down beautifully. There's our full-size jetting. You can see our full appointment of jets right here, from a 2-inch jet all the way up to a 5-inch jet, all in a beautiful brushed stainless steel finish in our triskelion shape, which is a traditional shape of the Celtic era. So we are going to move on to the lighting. So when you are in a Celtic hot tub, we want you to have a beautiful illuminated light show without getting dazzled in your face. So all of the lights that we use on our interior are currently eyebrow lights that shine the light down into the hot tub. And then all of the controls around the top of the hot tub have illuminated bezels that allow us to attach points of light, so these will illuminate at night, giving you the limousine effect. And you can see where you are able to control the valves. They will change into an infinite number of different colors. When we talk about the Turbo Boost, which is a proprietary jetting feature that we offer in our Celtic line, these are now going to be illuminated for 2024. So there you see the top side fully illuminated. You don't have to stand on your head to read it. It's very easy to read when you're in the hot tub, which most people are using in the evening. The Turbo Boost Jet. This is another one of Jerry's great ideas. We knew we wanted a Whirlpool jet. And there are other brands that have a Whirlpool jet. But we felt like we could deliver a better Whirlpool experience by putting multiple Whirlpool jets. Now, basically a Whirlpool jet is an unrestricted, unadjustable jet that has a wide open orifice that has a plumbing line that runs straight in behind it. And so these are capable of producing up to 40 gallons per minute. So it's a very therapeutic, high volume jet. And you will see for every single spa built by the Celtic, under the Celtic brand, there is one Turbo Boost jet for each horsepower. So if you have a 2 horsepower plug and play system, there'll be 2 Turbo Boost jets. If you have a 4 horsepower system, you'll have 4 Turbo Boost jets. If you have 2 4-horse pumps, then obviously you will have 8 Turbo Boost jets. Those Turbo Boost jets are adjusted with this handle right here. The nice thing about this handle is not only triskelion in shape to match the jets, but it can be done while the vessel is running. So many hot tubs recommend and ask you to turn the pump off, move the valve, and then turn the pump back on, and then you have to try to figure out where the pressure is. So you have infinite control of this valve while the pump is running. It's very easy to move, and it's got a very robust key underneath that's not going to shear and break. And if you've been in the hot tub any length of time, that's quite a common problem that we've experienced over the years. But this is pretty bulletproof. So now we're going to move on to our Celtic Clean system. What is unique about our Celtic Clean system is a series of different features, all right? So we believe at Celtic that clean water should not be optional, that every bather, every hot tub should be as clean as we can get it mechanically, leaving you to maintain the chemistry. So one of the things that we do is we install a Corona discharge ozonator. Now, ozonators in the spa industry have had a bad rap for quite a few years. And the main reason they've had a bad rap is because the off-gassing from the ozone can damage the underside of the cover and some of the valves and headrests around the top of a hot tub. And that's generally because it's been poorly introduced to the hot tub. So now people are shifting into a UV system, which typically requires a little bit more serviceability for the customer down the road because he's got to replace a light bulb once a year. This has a 2-year warranty, which is the longest ozone warranty in the industry. It's because it's made with a quartz Corona discharge, and the quartz is much, much stronger and produces a lot more ozone. And so where this ozone gas goes is into our reaction chamber. Inside this reaction chamber, you have 2 baffles. This, if you think about this as a cocktail shaker, right? So as the water with the ozone gas goes in here, the bubbles, which are being produced by the ozonator, are being broken into microscopic sized bubbles. And all of the ozone, which is O3, is being converted back as it disperses itself to O2, which is oxygen. And if we can put straight oxygen back into the hot tub and use up 100% of the ozone that our ozonator produces, we're able to have a much cleaner body of water that is using 99% of all the ozone gas rather than only 20% of the ozone gas. Ozone only has a 15-second high active kill timeline. And so it's very important to make sure that all of the ozone has oxidized and purified the water before it goes back into the hot tub. So these two units work hand in hand, and this has solved the ozone problem, and by far the easiest hot tub to maintain on a showroom floor is a Celtic Clean filter. Now there's a couple of other things as we talk about our Celtic Clean system. This is called the Celtic Hot Tub Silver Lining, and this is a proprietary filter. And the best part about this for retail is you can't buy this on Amazon. You can't buy this online unless you put it on your site. And this is a completely disposable filter. This lasts for 4 months. So when we think about the filter in a hot tub, we think about other applications. Do you clean the filter on your house, air conditioning, or do you buy a new one? Do you clean the filter in your car when you need the oil changed? No, you buy a new one. Do you clean the filter in your refrigerator when you go to replace that? No, you put a new one in. And really the hot tub shouldn't be any different. Now the cool thing about this filter is that it filters down to 1 micron, which is better than any cartridge filter in the industry. And in addition to that, it increases the flow rate of the water through the filtration area. So while we're filtering the water at the lowest possible micron, we're also getting increased water pressure, which is why we have the strongest 110 plug and play hot tub on the market. The best part about this is you as a dealer get to have the lock on this filter system. So you'll put these on your shelf and probably sell 3 of them to a customer for $99 or thereabouts. The customer doesn't have to think about going out and cleaning off their filter once every Sunday or every other Sunday. They can go on and enjoy their hot tub, enjoy their backyard, and the hot tub just becomes an easier recreational backyard item to take care of. And you get to see your customer come back and buy chemicals with this. Now inside the core of this filter, you'll see it has a silver lining. That's a foil vapor barrier that goes around the core of this filter that will produce some silver ions to help with creating a natural mineral-based water purification system. Lastly, the self-adjusting weir right here. So this goes down inside of the Celtic hot tub. You can see it over there, and it will float up and down. So the more people you have in the hot tub, the more it goes up. If you have something go in the hot tub that shouldn't be there, underneath we have a hair and lint basket, which is nice, like a swimming pool. So it will catch anything that shouldn't be in the hot tub that's too big to go through the pump, so it doesn't cause a service problem. Our cover is a beautiful fit and finish cover. They're made with a polyester, and this is obviously a miniature cover, but it has a full-length heat seal that runs down the full length of the hot tub and has safety latches on all 4 sides. And it's a 4-inch cover to 2-inch tapered, so it's designed to last a long, long time. Our warranty. So our shell warranty is 10 years. Our surface is also 10 years because our surface and our structure are 2 of the same. It's a monolithic product. And then we have a 3-year equipment warranty. And what you find generally in the Value Series product line, whether it's rotomolded or whether it's polyethylene vacuum formed, is much more limited warranties, or you find there's a lot of proration and a little bit of smoke and mirrors to provide something that isn't necessarily exactly what it's portraying. So here, with our 3-year equipment warranty, you can rest assured that we have your back as a manufacturer 6 days a week with customer service, not 5. And you can have a worry-free experience with your customer and know that we've got your back. 3 years on the plumbing and 3 years on the jets, 2 years on the equipment. And the Resort Series, because it is going to be going in a commercial application, has got the same structure and surface warranty because it's the same structure and surface as the Celtic line. So why would we reduce the warranty on the shell? But we have reduced the warranty on the equipment and plumbing on our Resort line because we know it's going into an Airbnb. And more importantly, we want the service and the dealer to be able to monetize, negligence and things like that that might occur in a rental situation. New features for this year. We've got lots of cool new features being introduced. The Triskelion jets are new for 2024. The illuminated turbo boost jet right here is also new for this year. The exterior lighting on the 2 corners of all our square models is new for this year. A woven Duracover, which is the cover I just showed you. And we've added some jets into the 236 now in the footwell of the lounger by request of the dealers. And we're also introducing the Comfort skirting cabinet, which is an all polyethylene blow molded skirting cabinet. And we've also streamlined the construction. One of the things, and I'll see if our good cameraman here can kind of hone in on it, but if you look here at the lip of this, how clean this looks, and then I want you to just look over at this model over here, which was last year's model, and I'll point out the way most polyethylene thermal formed have to have a piece of trim to go around it. We were able to eliminate that, which gives it a much cleaner, more contemporary look, and less problematic also. We're introducing 3 new models to the Celtic line. We have the Solstice, which is our 78 by 84, our Clover, which is an 84-inch or 7-foot lounger, and then the Charm, which is the very first true one-person deep hot tub to hit the market. We believe what we have here is a very comprehensive offering with your salespeople, lots of bullets to put in their guns, so to speak, to show all these rich features that you might be struggling on a standard value series line. So what we'd like to do is just walk you through one of our hot tubs and just kind of show you some of these things we've been talking about inside the hot tub in the next couple of minutes, and then we will we'll wrap up. And if you would like to become a Celtic dealer, then please reach out to us. You can find our information underneath this video. There'll be a link to reach out directly to us by phone, by email, or by chat. And we'll be happy to put a sales advisor in touch with you to take a look at your market and see how we can help you capture this $5,000 to $8,000 business that seems to have gone by the wayside, except in the world of Celtic. And finally, this is one of our newest molds. This is 78 inches wide, 84 inches long. It is a beautiful hot tub, and it's in our seashell white, which looks absolutely gorgeous at night with the LED lighting pointed around the top. And what you're going to find on this hot tub is this is our plug and play version. And the plug and play version means that this will operate on a standard 110 15 amp outlet. First thing you're going to notice over here is that we have the large diverter valve that we were talking about that allows you to twist and turn this while the pump is running to feed these 2 Whirlpool jets right here. Those are our turbo boost jets. They're fully illuminated with LED. And then I can turn this valve and I can run all or just some of the water pressure through that jet. But you can see there are 2 captain's chairs here, 2 captain chairs here, a small cool down area right here, and another cool down area here. There's a very large footwell. That's one of the problems that you run into with hot tubs is many times you've got 5 seats in a hot tub, but there's not enough room in the footwell for 5 or at that point 10 feet, right? So with this particular model, and all of our models for that matter, we have a very large footwell, making this extremely comfortable for 4 to 5 people. This is our waterfall right here, which illuminates and coordinates with the LED through the water and through the backlight. This has this beautiful topside display, which you'll notice is facing inward. So while you're in the hot tub, you don't have to stand on your head to figure out where the buttons are. It's easy to read, easy to operate. The jets, as you can see right here, are available. They can open and close. These are your fixed bullet jets right here. These are your downlighted eyebrow lights. You've got points of LED lighting throughout. And you have an air control valve right here that will mix air over here, and another one that mixes air over here. So this is the Solstice 122. We're super happy with this. We just are launching this model at the show this year and are excited. There's a lot of room to move around and a lot of features for the money. And this is going to be, we think, one of our best-selling models for 2024. So we're excited to get feedback and get these out on the retail showroom floors so that they can experience the Celtic difference.